Hey, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to build your first foundation in Mandarin Chinese. We're not going to hit you with a ton of complex grammar or scary vocabulary lists. Instead, we're going to learn practical words you can use right away, all built around what a typical day looks like. Okay, let's jump right in.
The whole point here is super simple, to get you speaking. By the time we're done, you're not just going to have a list of words. You'll actually see how they snap together to make real, useful sentences. So, take a breath, and let's get started.
Okay, so let's start our journey the same way you start your own day, in the morning. This first part is all about the essential words for greetings and that first meal of the day.
All right, here we go, our very first phrase. I want you to repeat after me nice and slow. Ready? The first part is zàijiàn. Good. The next part is sheng. And the last part, how. Now let's put it all together. Zào, sheng, how. Perfect. It literally means morning good, and it's a really simple, polite way to greet someone.
So how do you actually use this? Well, it's really easy. You can make it more personal or respectful by just adding a name or a title right after the greeting. For instance, Zhao Sheng Hao, Wang Jingli. That just means, good morning, Manager Wang. See? It's direct and very respectful. Okay, so you've said your good mornings. What's next? Probably breakfast, right? The verb for to eat is just one single really important syllable. Let's practice it together. Repeat after me, chir. Really focus on that chir sound at the beginning. It's a sharp, crisp sound. Let's try it one more time, chir. So let's put that into a super simple sentence. If you want to say, I eat, you just say, 我吃. And you'll love this. The sentence structure is incredibly direct. 我 means I, and 吃 means eat. We're going to build on this in just a second. Well, you can't have food without something to drink, right? So the word for to drink is he. Try saying that one, he. It's a really soft sound, almost like a sigh. Feel that breath coming from the back of your throat. He. So now we've got qi to eat and he to drink. Okay, let's make another simple phrase with this one. To say you drink, you'd say 你喝. Ni is the word for you. So 我吃 is I eat and 你喝 is you drink. You see that pattern? It's the same simple structure. So straightforward, right? Okay, so we can make statements like I eat and you drink. That's great. But what if you actually want to ask someone a question? To do that, we're going to need one more crucial little word. And this is the magic word that lets you do it. Honestly, this is one of the most useful words you're ever going to learn in Chinese. Let's get the pronunciation down. Repeat after me. 神美. Now put it together. 神美. This word is the key to unlocking so many questions. Okay, now we get to put it all together and form a real question. This is exciting. Remember how 你吃 just means you eat? Well, to ask, what do you eat, you simply pop 什么 right on the end. So it becomes 你吃什么? Let's try saying it. 你吃什么? And look how logical this is. The structure is literally, you eat what? It makes so much sense. All right, breakfast is done. Let's move on with our day. This next part is all about the words you might use when you're learning something new or just describing the world around you. So, if you're learning something, who is the most important person in the room? The teacher, of course. The word for teacher is 老师. Let's practice that. Repeat after me. 老师. All together now, 老师. That second part, 师, it sounds almost exactly like the English word she. That should make it easier to remember. Okay, let's try using it. To say the teacher, you just say 老师. And check this out. We can already combine it with words we learned just a minute ago. For example, 老师喝 means the teacher drinks. We're already starting to build real sentences here. So, what is our 老师 teaching us? Well, they're teaching us this, 汉语, which means the Chinese language. Let's give that one a try. Repeat after me. 汉语. And together, 汉语. So we know how to say Chinese language, 汉语. But what if you want to say my Chinese or my teacher? How do you show that something belongs to you? For that, we need one small but very, very important character. The answer is this tiny but super important character right here. It's pronounced duh. It's a very light, quick sound, duh. Think of it like adding an apostrophe S in English. It just shows that something belongs to someone. So 我, which means I, becomes my when you add de, 我的. And me, which means you, becomes your, 你的. This is a really fundamental idea. Let's look at a perfect example of this in action. We can now say my teacher, which is 我的老师. See how that works? You take 我 for I, you add our new friend de, and boom, you get my. You can do the same thing for my Chinese language, 我的汉语. Okay, we've had a busy day of learning and talking. It's finally time to wind down and head home. Our last section covers the words you'll use at the end of the day. This next word is such a nice one. It feels really warm. It's 家. Let's practice it. Repeat after me. 家. It means home, sure, but it's more than that. It's also about family. It's not just the building. It's the feeling and the people inside. 家. So let's see how we'd say you're at home. The phrase is 我在家. The key word here is 在, which means at. So you're literally saying, I at home, with our new word 家 right at the end. 我在家. And to wrap up our day completely, we have our very last phrase, good night. In Chinese, it's 晚安. Let's try it. Repeat after me. 晚安. Together, 晚安. And I love this because it literally breaks down to evening peace. You're actually wishing someone a peaceful night. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let's do a super quick recap of the key phrases we learned. We've basically covered a whole day, from good morning, 早上好, to asking, what do you eat? 你吃什么? To talking about my Chinese, 我的汉语, to saying I am at home, 我在家, and finally wishing someone good night, 晚安. Look at that. You've learned how to talk your way through an entire day. That's fantastic. And just like that, we're at the end. You've got this great foundation now, but the most important thing you can do is to actually use these words. So I'll leave you with this question. What's the very first Chinese sentence you're going to try to say today? Go for it. Thanks so much for learning with us.